On joining law enforcement, all police officers swear an oath to treat all suspects equally. But what happens when officers fail to suppress their urges and temptation becomes too much to handle?
Can I please have a hug? Am I allowed to do that in here?
Sure. What do we do? Relax. You'll be fine.
No.
Calm down.
In this video, we unravel the shades of gray within policing, exploring real-life situations that challenge conventional expectations. You won't believe what the last girl did. Brooke Teague, on January 15th, 2023, at approximately 12:55 a.m.
Hello.
Hello.
Hey, I'm Officer Smith, Bentonville Police Department.
Nice to meet you, Mr. Smith.
I've never heard that before in traffic stop. I appreciate that. Hey, so I'm just stopping you for improper lane use.
Sorry, I was on the phone.
You're on the phone?
I'll be honest.
Okay. Who are you on the phone with?
My baby daddy. I'll show it to you too.
Okay.
Yeah.
Zachary?
Yeah. You can talk to him if you want.
Where are you coming from?
I'm coming from JJ's. I just got off. I'm going to street. Go home. Yeah.
Okay. You live on the street?
Yes, sir.
In Bentonville?
Yep.
Okay. What time did your shift end at JJ's?
It ended at 10:30.
Okay. Did you have to clean up and all that
Yep.
stuff? Okay. How much do you have to drink tonight?
Only one.
Officer Nathan Smith with the Bentonville Police Department was traveling westbound on the 2200 block of S.E. Walton Boulevard in a marked patrol unit. Officer Smith approached the driver's side window and made contact with the driver, later identified as Brooke Teague by her Arkansas driver's license. While speaking with Brooke, he observed her eyes to be bloodshot and watery. He could smell the odor of intoxicants emitting from the vehicle and noticed her speech was slurred. Brooke stated she was on her way home from JJ's Grill where she works. Brooke advised her shift ended at 22:30 hours and that she only had one drink, which she clarified was a Miller Lite. Officer Smith asked Brooke if she would take the standardized field sobriety tests, which she agreed to. 3 tests were asked to perform by the suspect in order to test the mental state: horizontal gaze nystagmus, walk and turn, and one leg stand.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Brooke's sobriety test resembled a wobbling tightrope act in a spectacular exhibition of intoxicated gymnastics. It was obvious that she wasn't fit for driving, let alone the circus, since her arms were flailing and her equilibrium was failing. Officer Smith, the law enforcement circus's ringmaster, was forced to give her a backstage pass to the Bentonville Police Department, where the flirting got hotter. Brooke requests the police officers to inform his boyfriend, who was on the line, about the situation. The police officers further investigate the vehicle and get disgusted after finding puke in the car, which further proves that the driver drank too much alcohol that night. While they were continuing the investigation, they heard Brooke knocking on the door of the patrol vehicle. Officer Smith tries to calm down Brooke after she starts panicking and gasping for breath. Brooke asks him to get her inhaler from her car. After catering to her medical emergency, Brooke is taken to the police station.
Well, because of this right here, then at some point, 30 minutes less. I promise you don't.
I know I don't right now. If it was home, yes.
Yeah. Right now he's in work mode.
I know, I understand completely. I have really big dogs.
That's my dog. Not even looking. That's my dog.
Is that your dog? What's his name?
His name's Coach.
Coach? I have 3 dogs. I have a Rottweiler, Great Dane, and a Mastiff.
Wow. That's a lot.
Protect me.
You have to wait. There's a lot of waiting involved in this.
I understand. Did I go to high school?
What?
Did I go to high school with you?
I don't think so. Where'd you go to high school at?
Bentonville?
Yeah, not me.
Where'd you go?
Indiana. Valparaiso, Indiana.
Where in Indiana?
Valparaiso.
I was raised from Bloomfield.
Really?
Yeah.
When'd you move to Arkansas?
My dad was in the Marines.
Oh.
Retired in Indiana, but I moved to Arkansas.
What year?
2007-ish. Just curious. Bloomfield?
Yeah. There you go. Little Bloomfield action.
Little town.
Yeah.
Can I hear that one more time before you leave?
I don't know. I'm not going to answer that for him.
What? man. Sometimes you just can't not laugh. You know?
You have to. That's all you can do in life. As long as I can go pee, I'll be giggling with y'all too.
Don't run out here, because it's all gated in, and that's just another charge. And I got an 85-pound Belgian Malmar.
I want to kiss him. Just kidding.
Officer Smith reads out some terms and conditions to Brooke and gets her signatures on the necessary documents. Some tests were conducted afterwards, which confirmed that the drug concentration in her breath was high. Officer Smith continues to stay somewhat professional and tells her the repercussions she has to face. Pleading guilty, Brooke breaks down in tears as she regrets her life decisions. She realizes that she has 2 jobs and a kid to look after, and this event may cause a lot of problems for her in the future. Brooke had to spend the night in jail, and her license was suspended. Courtney Taylor. Let me introduce you to the infamous OnlyFriends model turned stabber Courtney Klenner, who had raked in a cool $3 million on the adult side under the name Courtney Taylor. Don't let her dressing gown foul you. She's not here for a casual photo shoot. She is facing some serious allegations after brutally stabbing her boyfriend Christian.
Hello. My apologies for being absolutely fucking covered in blood.
Listen, you don't have to apologize, okay? I completely understand. Alright? Things happen, you can't control it. Okay? So, you don't have to apologize for anything, alright?
What's your name?
Detective Brasino, okay? And this is my partner, Sergeant Rodriguez, okay? Today's Sunday, April 3, and the time is 7:36 p.m., alright? What's your first name?
Courtney.
Courtney? Can you spell it for me, please?
C-O-U-R-T.
O-U-R-T.
N-E-Y.
Okay. And your last name?
Cleney. C-L-E-N-N-E-Y.
Okay. What is your date of birth?
4/21/96.
It's almost your birthday. Mine's
It's oh really? When is your birthday?
The 13th.
My boyfriend's just the 12th.
Oh, really?
He turns 28.
Super
12th.
close. This is in a
Assuming
row.
that he.
Well, he's still in the hospital right now, so okay. Just take a breather, okay? I know this must be very rough for you right now.
No, we were supposed to go to the park with my dogs today. Like, this is not how I expected this to. Sorry.
Really?
That's not what we're talking about. You asked me my birthday.
Courtney is taken to the police station for interrogation. The detectives enter the room, clearly captivated by Courtney's stunning beauty, but struggling to maintain eye contact, as they have to tell her that Christian did not survive.
Very big concern because I made it very clear I was in like a pool of like
Yeah,
blood
we saw.
everywhere.
I was able to.
And I was holding him,
blood everywhere, yeah.
so it's everywhere. I mean, like there's still wet blood on my ankle. So when I mean, it's like a long time in here without anything. So I'm like crossing my legs. Is that gonna like make any difference in?
No.
I mean, she said like taking photos of my hands and whatever.
Yeah, they're gonna come photograph.
I just don't want to like soak anything that like.
No, they're gonna come photograph you, and they're gonna give you like a hazmat suit. They're gonna give you that temporarily.
Courtney wants new clothes, as she says that she still has some blood on her ankles. The detective tells her that she will be given different clothes after the photographer comes in and takes her photographs. Courtney says that she just doesn't want to soak anything in the blood.
No. He's gonna take some pictures of you, okay? If you can stand for us.
Hello.
You can stand there, no problem.
If you can't, just have your hands to yourself.
Actually, I haven't heard from the city that
And turn to your right, please.
I think it's an error because
And you should ask him, yeah.
like the attachment, it had a few other things on there. Like the first one, and then these ones.
They probably requesting the
Turn it one more time to your
report
right.
that they did also.
The other side of the back.
No, just facing the wall. Turn one more time to your right. Thank you. Face me. Use your hands inside us. Maybe lift up your sleeves.
Pictures are taken of Courtney from different angles for investigation purposes.
So we have to inform you that Christian did not make it. Okay. Unfortunately, the doctors did what they could, and
Christian is dead.
yes.
Oh my God. This is not real, right? Okay. No, there's no fucking way. Christian died? Can I please have a hug? Am I allowed to do that in here?
Sure. Yeah. Okay. Relax. You're fine.
No.
Calm down. Calm down. Calm down. Take deep breaths. Just take deep breaths. You're gonna be okay?
I need to hug my mom.
I'll talk to your parents and get them over here.
I cannot be left alone in like a room by myself
You won't be.
after this. I just like, no, that's not true. That's not real, right?
It is real.
Christian is dead.
Yes. They're not gonna lie.
I know, I just can't believe it.
I'll talk to your parents. I'll get them. I'm gonna get your parents here ASAP.
Courtney tears up and gasps, putting on quite the show for the cameras. The detective breaks the news that Christian didn't make it. The true high point of this farce occurs when she asks the cops for a hug. The prosecutors, on the other hand, are sticking to the traditional explanation. Crime scene images show both Courtney and her apartment covered in blood, proving that things got messy. Imagine getting arrested for killing your boyfriend in broad daylight and pleading with the police for a hug. Surprisingly, the detective stands up to give her a hug, while pretending to be a brilliant knight in shining armor. However, Courtney dismisses him without delay, dashing the detective's expectations of a tender moment. But let's face it, Detective Casanova, this isn't a fairy tale, and there was nothing that could happen between the two of you. Poor detective. His hope of receiving a hug seemed like it was crashing and burning like a dreadful first day. You should be looking for justice, not a relationship, as she is a suspect in a terrible murder. Charlene O'Banion, former Montgomery County Jail deputy. Charlene Diane O'Banion, who engaged in sexual activity with someone inside the prison walls. The incident occurred while Albanian was an employee at the Conroe Montgomery County Jail in Houston. The illicit relationship came to light when O'Banion and Jacob Parker, a 28-year-old inmate, shared a recorded call on December 17, 2021, discussing their extracurricular activities. Authorities were alerted to the situation and launched an investigation.
I don't know what was said between them, but he went up to Parker and said something, and
the detective tells Charlene that about 45 minutes ago, he was informed that there have been calls between Charlene and Parker from the jail, and those calls were recorded. Therefore, it is better to share the complete truth with the detectives instead of lying. Perception means a lot in criminal and internal cases. Charlene was hesitant and explained that she was not involved in any sexual activity with Parker when he was in prison or on the phone calls either.
He was a male booking trustee for a very short period of time. And I mean, I worked EQuad several times during that time. So,
The detectives further interrogate Charlene regarding how and where they first met and what they talked about on the phone calls when Parker got into prison. Charlene told the detective that they met in Houston on the Labor Day long weekend and exchanged numbers there. They talked frequently about what they would do when he gets out of prison. The detectives play the phone call recording, since Charlene pretends to not remember anything. Charlene first hesitates and then tells them that due to the lack of floor workers in a specific housing section of the jail, staff members would recruit volunteers from other units for cleaning duties. Charlene took advantage of this to meet Parker in an area out of sight within the jail, even though she emphasized that this incident only occurred once she was sentenced to 100 days in prison and lost her job. The entire conversation sounded like a romantic relationship that was not too long ago. Imagine being a cop and having 2 other detectives listen to your private phone call conversations with your partner. Charlene was immensely embarrassed and was left with no choice but to confess that she was indeed involved in sexual activities with Parker. The detective asks for Charlene's phone in order to verify that whatever she is saying is the truth. Charlene gives them consent to search her phone instead of opting for a search warrant, which may take up to 2 to 3 weeks.
Would you expect this conversation to come up from that?
Charlene was sentenced to 100 days in jail for the crime of improper sexual activity with a person in custody